My husband's mother worked as a waitress in a high-end hotel and pulled a used condom out of the trash, left behind by the wealthiest man in town. After undergoing artificial insemination, she successfully got pregnant. She fantasized about marrying the billionaire and becoming the envy of all as a rich wife. I tried to persuade her to abort the child, given that the father's identity was unknown, but she mistook my advice for jealousy, and with the help of my husband, they plotted to kill me. She told him, "We're about to be filthy rich. Once this is all over, I'll find you a young, pretty, and rich wife." Later, the child she gave birth to turned out to be black. When I opened my eyes again, I found myself back on the day my mother-in-law was gleefully announcing that she was carrying the billionaire's child. "Alex, I'm pregnant with the richest man's child." My mother-in-law, Nancy Reed, looked like she'd won the lottery, tears of joy practically streaming down her face. My husband, Alex Reed, froze for a moment before lunging forward to hug her. "Mom, are you serious? You're really pregnant?" Nancy nodded so fast it was a wonder her head didn't fall off. The two clung to each other, bursting with excitement. "This is incredible. Mom, you have to take extra care of yourself, okay? If you can have a boy, even better. Illegitimate kids get inheritance rights too these days. Who knows? Maybe this one will end up inheriting the richest man's entire fortune." Alex's eyes sparkled as he stared at her stomach, like it was a treasure chest. "Mom, from now on, you're the most important person in this family. Even Elaine's got nothing on you. She can't even get pregnant." The two of them were so caught up in their euphoria, they didn't even notice my expression harden. In my previous life, this was the moment everything spiraled out of control. Nancy found out she was pregnant, made a huge scene, and started dreaming about becoming some billionaire's wife. She actually believed the richest man alive would marry a woman her age. Back then, I was worried about her health as pregnancy at her age was risky, and I was suspicious about the baby's true father. So I suggested she get an abortion. She, of course, accused me of being jealous, bitter that she could have a son when I couldn't. Our argument turned violent. Nancy grabbed me by the throat, and before I could fight back, she and Alex killed me. As I lay on the floor, barely breathing, Nancy had the audacity to turn to Alex and say, "We're about to be filthy rich. Once this is all over, I'll find you a young, pretty, and rich wife." The memory still sent chills down my spine. This time, though, things would be different. I forced a smile. "You're right, Mom. You should definitely take care of yourself. This baby is very important." If only she knew what kind of surprise that child would bring her. When Nancy noticed my smile, her giddy expression shifted into a scowl. "What are you grinning at? Stop standing around, and get me some food. Are you trying to starve my precious baby?" Alex shot me an annoyed glance. "Didn't you hear her? Go cook something. Mom's hungry." I stood there for a moment, staring at the pair of them. It was hard to believe I'd once thought this man was worth marrying. Turns out he was worse than a monster. Without a word, I turned and walked into the kitchen, moving slowly and methodically. I rinsed the fresh chicken under the faucet, my mind racing. I couldn't confront them directly yet. I needed Alex to be the one to suggest a divorce. As I prepared the ingredients, my eyes drifted to a small pile of bird droppings on the windowsill. A wicked thought crept into my mind. Picking up a fork, I scooped up the droppings and casually dropped them into the pot. The corners of my mouth lifted as I stirred the soup and replaced the lid. When the chicken soup was ready, I carried it to the table. Nancy didn't waste a second before announcing, "I'm feeling weak lately, and since Alex is the breadwinner, he needs to stay healthy. You don't get any." I smiled sweetly, my voice light and agreeable. "Of course, Mom. It's all for you." In my mind, I murmured, "Enjoy your special chicken soup. I hope it's everything you deserve."